Here again with Jordan White, Western Michigan, sixth-year senior at Media Day. Jordan, talk about this year and how you're approaching it versus your previous 5 seasons, and just how you approach the offseason, what maybe you did differently this year compared to previous off seasons.
I really just take it one day at a time so nothing gets too crazy. And, I didn't look too far ahead this offseason. Just took it really one day at a time, literally, whether it be just working out in the stadium, running, especially in May when, not many of the guys were back because we get the month of May off. So, I stayed here in May, worked on my game a little bit more. And then we had summer conditioning, weightlifting and running with Coach People starting in June. We've been doing that in June and July. Got our conditioning test this week. Just finishing that up.
What are your expectations for the team this season?
Well, like I said to everybody else here, basically win the MAC, and that's the same expectation I have for every year. But if you just look back at last season, we were 6-6, but 3 games, Toledo, Illinois, and Central, came down to the 4th quarter with a few minutes left, and Toledo returned the kickoff and basically deflated our chances. Central fumbled on the 5 or whatever, and what have you, and we threw a pick at the end there. So I think if you change those 3 games, and if we can be more mentally tough down the wire and not turn the ball over, we can easily be 9-3 rather than 6-6.
You were named to the Belindakoff watch list for this season. What does an honor like that mean to you?
It means a lot to be considered, I guess, for the best receiver in the nation. I wouldn't say I'd rather. It's a nice honor, but I really need that ring. And I've been telling everybody that because it's nice to be, on the list or end up on the list or, lead the nation in yards. But, that goes away kind of after a year. Nobody knows about that. But, everybody will know that you have your ring when you wear it. Something you can have for the rest of your life.
You guys usually play Central Michigan later on in the season. This year's 3rd game of the season. Do you believe that hurts you guys or does it help you guys?
I think it helps. Especially the way we've played them in the past, you get to that 6th, 7th, 8th game in the season when we play them, and each team has their own wins and losses, and you can kind of calculate where you're going from there. But I think the 3rd game this season, it's our first MAC opponent, so if we can get that game, we can win that game, we'll just keep the rest of it rolling. We are one beat Central, and the hype that's always going for that game, and definitely if we can beat them, get the ball rolling.
Quarterback Alex Carter had a pretty phenomenal season last year for a sophomore. What do you expect out of him this year, and maybe what's something in his game that you would like to see him improve on?
One thing in his game I'd like to see him improve on is sliding. I don't feel like seeing him take all them hits and then wind up one time getting knocked out or something. But he surpassed all of our expectations last year. He's done a great job. He's been improving still this offseason, especially this summer, getting the guys running 7-on-7, 1-on-1s, things like that. So he's been improving. So it's basically just slide more, take care of his body.
You have a pretty close relationship with former receiver Juan Nunez. Can you tell us maybe something that he taught you that you can pass down to the other receivers?
Yeah, like you said, me and Juan, we used to run together in the rules for a number of years. Basically, just be humble about everything. I guess we're some of this best receiver tandem in the MAC ever. I heard stuff like that. Me and him have been together since 2006, and we talked about being great receivers. And we watched everybody else do it, and other receivers do this and that. Kind of last year we took hold of that and said, we want to do this now. Juan's like one of the most quiet guys out there. Just goes out there, does his job, and he's successful. So just taking it one day at a time and being humble.
Can you name maybe another receiver that you expect to have a breakout season this year?
I'm not sure. We have so many good receivers, and a lot of people say that they're looking for a number 2 receiver now that Juan's gone. But we got Rob. He's been the most consistent person, in the receiver corps in the past 4 years. More consistent than me and Juan, because I know Juan was injured for a number of games in 2009, and I was injured for about 3 or 4. But Rob has always been there, and he'll do his job no matter what. you know, Ponders, you know, getting in there. You got 5 freshmen coming in that, you know, I grew with me and they're also capable of playing. So, you know, this camp will have, you know, more guys show up and show out. This season should be a lot of receivers catching balls.
With Juan last year, neither one of you was really the number 1 receiver. It was mostly like 1A and 1B throughout the year. Talk about, like, now this year you are the number 1 receiver. Talk about the pressure that puts on you to perform.
I don't know if it puts pressure on me. I mean, Juan was a great receiver, and that helped me get open more too. But at the same time, you know, like I said, we have Rob. We also have, you know, some younger guys, freshmen. We have Schaefer, Eric Monet, Ponder. You know, those guys I think could take the load off me too. So I don't think it's more or less just me coming back. You know, we got guys that, you know, have to step up now. Last year was Juan, and we know we can have him over there. Now we have other guys that are ready to take that position on and fulfill that role.
In 2010, you broke the single-season record at Western for receiving yards and 100-yard games. And now this season, you're closing in on the all-time receptions leader yards. Talk about, like, getting a record like that at Western and being number 1 in the record book. What that would mean to you?
It definitely means a lot, especially with the list of guys that's on there, like Jamarco and Greg Jennings, Steve Austin. Steve Neal, Corey Austin, Steve Neal. You know, I've talked with him before about his formula of getting 100-yard games just this past season. And I kind of incorporated that in my game. There's been a lot of great receivers here. I worked out with Greg last month, the month before, and, you know, just picking his brain about things. Getting to the top of those lists with guys like that, went on to be successful in the NFL and whatever else. It means a lot, but I just really need a ring to show something really from my college career.
Do you think about the NFL at all? I mean, it is your last.
I mean, yeah, you think about it, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still in college football. You know, I have to play, you know, tomorrow, like it's my last day. So really, I'm only guaranteed, you know, the rest of today and then tomorrow. So just take it one day at a time. If that comes, that comes. And if not, so be it.
You just spoke about Greg Jennings. What does seeing how much success he's had in the league do for you as a Western Michigan receiver?
Oh, it definitely helps, you know, especially him being from Kalamazoo and him coming back and working out with us, working out with me, and just showing me, you know, different stuff he does and, you know, how he works, and just showing me that what great work ethic can do for you. You know, maybe coming from a smaller school and some of these other BCS schools, you know, it just really shows what hard work and determination can do for you in the long run.
You were granted your 6th year of eligibility this season. Before, when you went to the application process of getting that, did you have a sense in your mind that you were going to get the 6th year, or was it more of like it's more of a surprise that they granted you the 6th year?
Well, at first I didn't know you had to file. I didn't know you had to file for it and you could be denied. I thought you just got it if you were hurt, you know, twice. But then they explained the application process to me and, you know, told me that it's a strong possibility I will get it. It's almost a home run, but, you know, still there's a possibility that might not happen. So I just played it by ear, and I came back from Tokyo and found out that I was granted the 6th year, I think a day after one of the Purdue receivers was denied it, so I was definitely happy about that.
You and Mitch Stachek both rocking the bow ties today.
Yeah, I came with the bow tie last night. I don't do black suits, but I had the black on black on black, the black bow tie. I figured it looked okay, and it's a real bow tie now, not a clip-on. So it took about an hour to tie it yesterday, but about 20 minutes this morning. But, you know, now I think I'm a bow tie guy.
Yeah. Who rocks it better, you or Mitch?
Me? That's not even a question. No, I'm just kidding. Mitch ties his a different way. I tie mine a different way. They all come out in their own little unique form because it's pretty tough to tie them. So